Hello and welcome back to Technosurgeon YouTube channel. So first of all, we have some news regarding Nintendo. Basically, Nintendo Switch 2 has been officially announced, and as you can see, Nintendo Switch 2 supports 4K in dock mode. First, it will be available from June 5th, 2025, and the pre-order is selected to go live next week. And basically, it comes with 7.9-inch display at 1080p resolution, supporting HDR, capable of 120 frames per second. Do note it is only capable of 120 frames per second at 1080p, and at 4K it's just 60 frames per second, but in HDR mode. So there's two mode, basically performance, which will give you 120 frames per second, while normal mode, handheld mode will just be slated for quality. As you can see over here, for 720p 120 frames per second, 1080p 60 frames per second, and 1080p 120 frames per second, but it will be only on performance mode. So yeah, and it is made by a custom processor by NVIDIA. It is 7.9 inches, 1920 by 1080p, which is nice. With 120 Hz LCD, 4K 60 in TV mode only. 256 GB expandable storage, but it will be expanded up to 2 terabyte. It comes with 32 GB of internal storage from my recollection, and also it comes with a support for micro SD express expansion. So you can't go with the normal one for Nintendo Switch, which was there for Nintendo Switch. It was not express, but for Switch 2 you need express. It is Wi-Fi 6, dual USB-C, game card, and micro SD slot expansion. 50 to 20 mAh battery. And the release date is June 5th, and it will start at $449. The major thing which is happening with this is the issue with pricing, because it is $449. It is expensive, but the pricing for the game itself for digital variant it's $80, and for $90 you get a physical copy, which is not that good looking at the start. But yeah, next up we have some news regarding AMD. There was issue which was happening with 9800 X3D CPUs where they were failing prematurely, and there were over 100 cases which were documented. Basically, they were bulging up and they were causing issues. And it by case basis, it is from ASRock, ASUS, MSI, and Gigabyte. Though Gigabyte was way less. One, ASRock had many issues with it. The thing is, also, there was like some 9950 X3D part in ASRock with X870 Pro Wi-Fi board, which was bulging out, as you can see over here on the screen. It was bulging and it was damaging the CPUs. So the issue which was slated for the failure for this graphics card is slated to be a BIOS. Basically, there was some compatibility issues which was causing this BIOS update. Not BIOS update, but there was some compatibility issues, and the BIOS was forcing like way more power into it. As you can see, we are aware of a limited number of user reports involving ASRock AM5 motherboards failing to complete post. Following a joint investigation, AMD and ASRock identified a memory capability issue present in the earlier BIOS version, which has been rectified in the latest BIOS. So basically, if you have some issues with your CPU not posting and stuff like that, just update your BIOS. May be caused by a range of factors and not necessarily indicated a non-functional CPU is added by AMD, but we recommend that users start by updating their BIOS to the latest version of their specific motherboard. So it is necessary to update your BIOS. But yeah, it looks bad, but this is something which is from BIOS issue, so you can't do anything about it. There should be an RMA done, but yeah. Next up, we have some news regarding RDNA 5. Basically, not RDNA 5, but UDNA, because AMD is scaling back from RDNA architecture and they are combining again. Like previously, it was GCN, which divided into CDNA and RDNA, but now they are combining it back again into a unified architecture, which is UDNA. And we have some news regarding that, and it comes from Red Gaming Tech. So it's pretty reputed. So the news is RDNA 5 per UDNA will come with metric calculation. So it will combine CDNA 3's metric score. This is the only thing which was not there for RDNA 4. It doesn't have a dedicated hardware compute similar to tensor cores by NVIDIA. So with UDNA, they are bringing this technology from CDNA 3 back to RDNA, not back but into RDNA. So it will have a massive improvement for ML computations, and maybe we will get more performance for ray tracing as well as path tracing, because NVIDIA's ray tracing and path tracing uses tensor cores, which is not there for AMD, but AMD used their stream processors, which was not that efficient. But it's a nice thing to see that AMD came so far with just using this stream processors for their ray tracing. But yeah, also we have news regarding the next generation Zen 6. It will come with 12 CUs, but the thing is, there might be an increase in L3 cache because they are planning for a new 3D V-caching technology, so there would be a more performance from these CPUs. We still don't know anything about it, and yeah, that's all from me today regarding the news which is going on. And yeah, that's it from me. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll meet you in the next one. Peace out.